What's up, YouTube? It's the Truck and Block, and I'm back after a long vacation from YouTube. Still don't have any subscribers. I still ain't popping and popular. I don't have the fancy graphics and the fancy expressions. The little lingo. Something to say to you when you first pop onto my channel. But my name is Ron Block, and this is the Truck and Block. I'll get all that together later on. No haterism. I like these channels. I love them. Matter of fact, they help me a lot out here. Anyway, update. Since last time, orientation went well. 3 days of it. I was hired the third day. What they do in orientation is, first day they bring you in, you do some paperwork, you do your physical, you do your hair analysis, you do your urinalysis, you do your physical test. They put all that together. If you pass that, then you move on to the second day. Second day, they get you acquainted with your driver tech or Qualcomm, whatever they use at their company. And then if you US Express, let's keep it US Express. US Express, driver tech, second day, a little bit more paperwork. Then they start getting your backgrounds back, because they already started running on the first day. They start getting information back. Third day is the day they let you know, because they check your employment history, everything has to line up. So third day, everything lined up. In my case, I was hired. They sent me back home because my training coordinator, aka fleet manager, had a trainer lined up for me, but he wasn't going to be available till after Thanksgiving. So I stayed at home for about a week and a half. Got on the truck with my trainer. Of course, after being Greyhound home, and then Greyhound back, and then Greyhound, to wherever the trainer was at the time. Where did they Greyhound me to? I gotta remember where. Oh, yeah, they Greyhound me to the same terminal. Duh, Mississippi, basically Tennessee Olive Branch. Anyway, they got me to him. We met up. You got to do at least 175 hours, which is about 4 weeks, you might as well say. I ended up doing about 5 weeks because Christmas break. Of course, Christmas break, went home for about a week, came back, finished my training, got 176 hours done. My trainer dropped me off at the Irving, Texas terminal. I missed my class because I got to the terminal late, so I had to stay there for the weekend. The wife came out. She spent a couple days with me, went and got my hair cut, went and got something to eat, hung out with the wife, spent some quality time. Sunday came around, because I got there on a Wednesday afternoon, and I was there till Tuesday evening, because Sunday came around. That's when my upgrade process started. It's 2 days. First day, came in, we did some paperwork, we did some practicing on our maneuvers, then we did some simulator work. Second day, we came in, whole bunch of computer work. They had a little workshop room that you go around and goes over your air brakes, your air system, your tires, chaining your tires, your brakes, your lights, and everything else that you need to know to inspect your truck, which you should already know by the time you get there anyway. Then test, road test first, and the road test is about 30 to 40 minutes long. They take you on the highway, take you on the street, bring you back. You pass. You don't pass, then you have to be rescheduled for your upgrade. I passed, so next step was backing the same day. You got to do a 45 and a 90. I did a 45 and a 90, passed. After that, you're to be assigned a truck after they put you in the system and everything. And then they wrap up anybody else that has extra things they need to do or whatever. But I was done with everything. I was waiting on to be put in the system. They put me in the system. I called my fleet manager, because they changed fleet managers from my training. I went from one person to the next. got a nice lady named Paige. She's my fleet manager right now. Talk with her for about an hour and a half. It's going to be about an hour conversation if you have a good fleet manager, because they're going to go over everything you need to know as far as communication with them and what you need to know to be safe out here on the road and legit. So after I got off the phone with her, they gave me a goodie bag, and they told me that because she put in a request for a truck, and the owner, he had one in Springfield, which I found out the next morning because they sent me back to the hotel. Woke up next morning, they said the truck in Springfield. They gave me the truck number and everything, and I located it on my app that I got, because US Xpress has an app for the drivers, which it was in Springfield. But I told the lady, I said, look, I can see where the truck is, but I'm in Irving, Texas. So am I going to rent a car all the way up there to get it, or do you have a truck here? And she was like, well, let's see if we got a truck there. So an hour went by. They called me back. I had showered up, packed all my stuff up, because at that point I pretty much knew that I was about to hop on a truck. They had a truck in Irving. I caught the shuttle back over to the terminal at around 11:30. The truck wasn't ready till about 4:30. I walked up on the guy at the right time because he was just finishing wiping down stuff. The truck was filthy when I first saw it, because I walked up on it when I first got there, and it was filthy. Oh my goodness. Whoever had it before me did not take care of this truck whatsoever. But anyway, got it. It was clean. It was only a couple little problems. I needed a bed, so I went over to the shop, got me a bed. Then the bunk heater fuse had blown, replaced that. And my temp sensor that goes on the driver's side mirror was dangling on a wire, a speaker wire, and it was tucked inside the cab, which it was going to read 80 degrees. 70 to 80 degrees, because it's cool out here, even in Texas, and down south it's still, it's wintertime. So anyway, I tucked it away, and I was like, I'll get to that later. I'll do that some other time when I got downtime. Put all my stuff in the truck, gave my PTA, my potential time of arrival, or availability, I'm sorry. I'm thinking ETA. Potential time of availability. Told them, and then I sent a macro 11 too, which is your, free message, your phone, free form message, or your phone message to my fleet manager. Said I'm ready for a load, which she didn't receive it. Dispatch received it, and they gave me a load. Took my first load, and I've done 3 so far. This will be my 3rd load that I have on the back of me right now. Now, to the meat and potatoes of things, the details. I'm by myself. I'm driving solo. There's nobody on the top bunk. There's no top bunk bedding. I'm by myself. There's a reason for that. When I was in a hotel, right before my upgrade, they gave me a number to a gentleman that was with his trainer still. He still needed about like 5 hours, and he was going to upgrade soon. So they try to pair us up. We had a cool conversation for about an hour. Now, after that hour hit, things started getting weird on the phone. He started saying weird things. He started lying about things that I knew were incorrect, because I was testing him. I was asking certain questions. And then he had just blatantly said, if you do anything wrong, even if it's a short mistake of following too close, I will call safety department on you. That is the only thing I ask, is that you do not follow too close. That's what he told me. Now, any trucker out here knows one thing. Shit happens, okay? You might be on the highway, and a wreck might be up ahead, and you scanning like you're supposed to. You scanning far ahead like you're supposed to. But for whatever reason, a car jumps in front of you, a car slows down immediately in front of you, or a truck does it. It's another trucker that's not paying attention, because you can't see past him. Maybe you're on a highway where it's a truck here, a truck there, and one in front of you. You can't see nothing. You following them, and you got your distance, but then they slam on their brakes. Now you too close. You didn't hit him. You did what you were supposed to do. You took the safe course. But what if homeboy that I'm riding with is like, oh, no, I'm telling. I can't be with that. I can't deal with that. And I even told my fleet manager that. I was very honest with her. And she didn't see no problem with it. Because you got to be able to trust the person you with. I'm not saying that he's not a safe driver. He might be. He might be. But I don't want to be with somebody that immediately gives me the fault of the, what's happening. He might wake up out of his sleep and I'm slowing down behind some traffic. And he's like, oh, you're following too close. I'm like, dude, this just happened. And then he want to snitch on me. No, shit happens. As long as you safe and you handling your truck the way you're supposed to, you got your following distance, you got your clearance on both sides, you stand within your lane, the car behind you is not all on your butt, and you got enough distance between them, you doing what you're supposed to do. Which it ain't gonna be perfect all the time. You're gonna have cars cut right in front of you. You're gonna have cars right on your butt. You're gonna have cars swerving to your lane, even truckers swerving to your lane. It's up to you to keep that truck safe. So, in short, I got rid of him. I called her back because, like I said, the conversation was cool for an hour. We was laughing and joking and talking about television shows, and I knew he was different than me. He wasn't as laid back as me. He made that very clear from his past. He said in high school, he got picked on a lot, and which I don't make fun of that. I don't think bullying is cool at all. I had a couple friends that was bullied, and the scars still show today because of how they act. So I understand. That didn't bother me. What bothered me is him lying to me and him saying he would snitch on me immediately. Those two things. So I called her and she was like, okay, you just gonna have to ride solo then. I knew that before I even got my truck. So that's why I'm by myself. I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's not as much money as you would get teaming, but it's cool. It's cool. I keep my truck the way I like it. If I want to eat something, I ain't gotta, go to a certain restaurant because they don't want to go to that truck stop or this truck stop. I can go to the truck stop I want to. Granted, the ones that are accepted by US Express. But at least I get to, pick where I want to park, all that, And I ain't got to worry about another driver tearing up the truck, getting into a wreck, high hooking a trailer, anything out here. Because I'm in full control. So, been out here about a week and a half by myself. I'm on my third load. This load was about 800 miles total. The load before that was about 1,000 miles. The load before that was like 300 miles. But there's a lot I can go over. Okay. First and foremost, cleanliness. Are you a clean person? If you are not, I suggest that you are. Because if you're not, your sleeper and cab will be very unorganized. It'll be hard for you to find things. Things will fall on your head while you're driving, especially if you got a Freightliner, because Freightliners are equipped with pockets above your head that tend to let stuff fall on you. That's one thing I like about this KW that I got. Oh, I didn't tell you. I got a KW, a Kenworth T680, 2017. It's decent. Like I said, the guy that had it before me didn't take care of his few things that I had to fix when I got here. My driver tech screen was real loose. The screws were real loose to the mount. I tightened those down. That's fixed. The fuse that blew on my bunk heater, replaced it, fixed. My Easy Pass was just laying on the dash. They are already put some sticky tape above the forward-facing camera that they have on these trucks, and I put it on that. It's been there ever since. The dash molding around the radio and all your switches here for your lights and your regen and your Jake brake, all that, it was loose. I'm thinking it's probably because he has some aftermarket on it. I found a few other things, like there's LED strip lighting in the sleeper, stuff that I wouldn't do. Okay, because for one, it's a company truck. It's not your truck. You might mess up something, number one. Number two, what's the point? It's not your truck. You're not gonna be able to keep it. You get fired, you quit. You gonna sit there and take all this stuff out of there? No. Anyway, the molding was like loose, so I had to clip that back in, which it clipped right in. The temp sensor on my mirror, like I said, was put on with speaker wire. So I had to cut that. I cut it off with my wire cutters, and I just wired the temp sensor back to the wires that it goes to. It's inside the mirror. Put it back together. It works fine now. The check engine light was on because of that. It's fixed. Check engine light went off. My inverter does not work, which I don't mind because I don't plan on getting a huge fridge like most truckers. My belief, you don't need that much food. The way I move around, like I said, I like being a clean person in my cab. I don't want a bunch of food and junk in these cabinets falling all over the place when I'm driving, because these trucks can move some stuff around when they're moving. Reminder, it's not an RV, okay? It's not a Cadillac. It's not expensive air ride on these things to keep everything in its place. It will move. So there's no point in me having a whole bunch of food up in there that's just gonna flop all around when I drive. So I plan on getting me a small fridge from here, Love's, where I'm at now. I'm at a Love stop, you know, and or a Pilot. They have these mini fridges that are just right for me to keep enough in there, you know, to keep me satisfied. Some fruit and vegetables and a couple gas station salads. I'll be fine with that. Which I call them gas station salads. They're like that big. You can get them at Walmart too. I see no point in keeping a whole bunch of food, because you got to think, you're driving all the time. You're going to different states, different places all the time. You're going to multiple truck stops. You got multiple times where you'll have a 34-hour reset, or you'll be sitting for 10 hours, or you just sitting. You can personal use through US Express. You can personal use up to 50 miles. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure I map out a place to go to get me a little bit of victuals to put back up in here. I'm not going to carry around a bunch of food. I'm just, you know, you get paid weekly too. That's the other part. You know, there's no point in stocking up like that as if you're not going to get paid again. Fridge I want is it's small. And it works off of the AC, not AC, but the DC plugins that they have all around the truck. Looks like a lighter port, but it's just a plug-in for, you know, charger blocks and stuff like that. Kind of like this. Keep your truck clean. Like I said before, my truck clean. I can scan the camera around right now. It is clean. There's nothing in the dash. Nothing in the dash. Not even dust. Steering wheel's clean. Make sure you keep you some wipes. I got these from the railroad, and I got tons of them at home, so I won't run out of these. I don't even have to buy them. I got tons of those. Got me some hand sanitizer. Well, make sure you get you some of this. This is cheap stuff, but nonetheless, it does good. Kills 99.99% of germs, and you can use, you know, when you go, sometimes you can't make it to a truck stop. You got to pull on the side of the road or go to a rest stop that doesn't have any soap. You know, boom, with the hand sanitizer, and it smells good. What else I got up in here? That's about it. You know, cleaning supplies. I got another one of these in the back. I always keep 2 of these around. Keep a lot of water. Try to stay away from caffeine. I'm not saying getting, you know, some coffee, like when you wake up early in the morning out of your sleeper and you need to wake up. There's nothing wrong with that. But being addicted to it, drinking 5 cups a day and drinking Monsters and Red Bulls and a whole bunch of soda is not good for you, okay? Breaks your skin out and gets your body adapted to having caffeine, so you'll need to buy it after a while. It's a waste of money. You don't need all that caffeine. What I do is, as a splurge, because I mostly drink water, I'll buy these. I'll buy Arizonas. They're like 2 for $3 at these truck stops. It's not bad. You know, that's pretty cheap for a 34 fluid ounce bottle of Arizona tea. You can get a green tea, sweet tea, or the fruit punch crap, but I like green tea or sweet tea. Make sure that you have at least some kind of flashlight. They gave us one when we upgraded. I'm using it. I planned on buying one anyway, but they gave me one, so it's a miniature one. It works just fine. It's really bright. That way you can inspect your trailer and you know, work through the dark under your hood if you need to, checking your oil and checking your fluids. Get you a headset. Get you a nice headset. Don't get one of them cheap ass headsets that's gonna break after you drop it one time on the ground. This one here was 130. I got it on sale for 100. It's a good one. It's waterproof. It's durable. It's got the big foam speaker on it. It's got the, you know, the adjustable speaker there. You know, it bends and everything. Fits my head comfortably, and it's the color I wanted. See, the other ones were all black, blue. This one had red in it, and it's got this cool little Peterbilt inside of it. See? Make sure you got some glasses. Railroad provided me a glasses case, which is dangling here in front of the camera. But I'm not using their glasses. I'm using some polarized Foster Grants that I bought from CVS back when I was meeting up with my trainer. They had me sitting in a hotel for 2 days, and I ended up walking to CVS and buying those. Keep using pens. I only need 2 pens because I know where my pens are at all time. One goes out, I get another one. I get them for free from the terminal. This is a US Express pen, as you can see. Get them for free. Don't have to pay for pens. You can buy them if you want. Get you a clipboard. This one's a cheap one because you know, I like saving money. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money, you know, if I don't have to. Now, I wanted a metal one because the metal one is more durable. It lasts longer. You can hold a lot more in it. But then I had to think. I got this giant empty cabinet up here that holds nothing but my permits in it and my 2 spare keys to the truck. Even though I got a spare key under the hood, got like 4 keys to this truck. I'll put my extra paperwork up in there. Get you one of these. That way you can keep your bill of lading in there. You can clip them to the front and write on top of it. That way you got something to write on. That way you're not writing on the steering wheel and stuff. My trainer, he was writing on the steering wheel, his leg, whatever. I mean, that works for him, not for me. But keep your bill of lading in here. You got covered sheets. I'm not going to show them to you because I don't know the policy of US Express. But this is our cover sheet. Total also uses the same cover sheet. I keep those in my clipboard. I keep extra bill of lading that I bought from a truck stop, just in case, you know, the customer doesn't have a bill of lading to provide to me at the time. At least I'll have something to at least have the weight, you know, the commodity, how many pieces and everything else for DOT standards. That way if I go to an inspection station and the state trooper or DOT wants to get froggy with me, I have my stuff straight. They have checkbooks too. They keep my checkbooks in here. These checks are used for lumpers. And like I said, I don't know their policy, but I won't show you the numbers on these. But these right here are you put them on the back of your trailer on your door, and they're called seals. They're to ensure that the trailer door has not been opened. Keep those in here. So I keep all that in here. See, nice and neat. Has a little clip on it. See, keep that in my driver's door. Get you some gloves. I got these from Union Pacific. Like I said, I used to work at the railroad. I got plenty of supplies at home, tons of supplies. So when I go do my home time for me and my wife's anniversary, we're supposed to go to Las Vegas, I'm gonna put some more of this in my truck. That way I just got it on hand. And I got 2 pairs down here too. I got one for cold weather that I just showed you, and these are for warm weather because they're really thin. Keep some napkins. I got a whole little stash of napkins over here above my head, right next to where my headset's hanging from. See, keep a nice wad of napkins. Quick trip, restaurant, wherever you go to eat your food, make sure you grab some napkins. They don't cost them much. Cost them 2 cents per customer for you to get some napkins. I'm not going to show you the company gas card because, again, I don't know policy. But you do want to get these. See that? It's a pilot professional driver card. This will get you your showers. That one, or if you want to go to Love's, this will get you your shower. Now, the deal with these rewards cards are you fill 50 gallons at both places. You fill 50 gallons or more at one time, you get a shower credit. Eventually, you get enough points. I forgot how many points it is. You get shower power or unlimited showers where you don't have to worry about that no more. But till then, make sure that you are filling over 50 gallons to get that. Don't go filling up your tank when you only used a quarter of it. Wait till you get to half. That'll get you about 50 gallons because this KW has 200-gallon tanks on it. Okay, I don't need to go crazy on gas. I usually let it get down to about half. Then I'll fill up. Because I know then it'll be about 60 gallons. I don't even have to fill up all the way to get a shower credit. But make sure you got them cards, the rewards cards. That way you can get showers. And there's benefits to it. You can buy stuff with it too. You get a certain amount of points. You can buy food with it. You can buy merchandise with it. Man. My trainer got a full personal pan pizza for free off of points. And so, hey, keep it with you. And think about it, you getting the points from filling up your company truck off your company car, which it ain't your money. Okay? Get you one. It's beneficial. Don't lose your company card. Okay, that's a pain in the ass. You know, I can only imagine. I know how professional trucking companies do. And I'm pretty sure that you lose that card, you're pretty much fucked for a few hours, man. You might as well get comfortable where you're sitting if you ain't got gas. You know, or you're gonna have to get to a terminal ASAP to get one. And that's a pain in the butt. Because you might have a load on you that you want to get somewhere on time so you get paid for it. You know. Don't lose your card. Take care of your card. That way it can get a lot of use out of it so you don't have to replace it so soon. US Xpress gave me an advance of $50 when I was hired. I didn't ask for it. They automatically just give it to new hires, student drivers, which I've already used. I used some of it to buy this wallet from the company store. It has a chain on it. It's authentic leather. It's real cowhide here. It's a real nice wallet. Keeps all my stuff in there. I chose this one because I can keep everything in here. Make sure you always got your CDL on you. Always have that handy and available. And your DOT card. I think I put my DOT card in here. If not, yeah, here it is. Here's my DOT. Always keep that on you. You don't never want to lose this, because they'll ask for it, and if you don't have it, guess who's getting the ticket? What else? Driver's license, DOT, headset, decent pair of glasses. I say glasses is a must because you'll be driving on this road and you'll get to a sunny ass part of the state and be blind as hell out there on the road. You got all these mirrors and paint and chrome going down the road, and a lot of these truckers have fancy ass trucks with tons of chrome on them. I've had it happen to me since I've been out here for a week and a half. I've had it happen. It was a nice ass Peterbilt, chromed out. I'm riding behind them. I couldn't see jack squat until I put on my polarized glasses. Thank God I had them. I also got this from the railroad. It's a head-mounted light. I got it just in case I have to do anything that requires me to use two hands. What else here? My truck fortunately came with a owner's manual, so if you got one, take care of it, keep it handy, because hey, it helped me out. Because every truck is different. I trained in a Freightliner. All their controls are pretty straightforward. They got simple ass controls. Not only that, it was the same Freightliner I used in school. I did a whole month of schooling in that Freightliner. Took my test in that Freightliner, my CDL test in the Freightliner. Did all my training in it, and then I get a KW. And let me tell you, I'm not gonna show you. Not because I'm afraid of my truck. My truck is nice. I got a nice truck. Man, it's all kinds of buttons up here, and you're not gonna know what they are unless you play with it and find out, or you got your owner's manual. I have my owner's manual, so I was able to figure that out, because on the Freightliner, we have a trucker's code out here on the road, for passing. When you're driving on interstates, they want trucks to drive in the right-hand lane. They will even have laws on it, ordinances, in cities and states, where you cannot drive on the left-hand side of the road unless you're passing. So what we'll do is, if we want to pass a truck, we'll signal early, get over to the left lane, get ahead of them. Then once they're clear, that truck that just got passed will click their low beams one time. Some guys use their high beams. I don't suggest doing that. I think it's rude. I don't do that, because high beams are too damn bright, and you're looking in your mirrors. Truckers, we use our mirrors all the time. I think it's going to blind somebody, so I don't do it, because I find it to be rude. But flash your low beams, flash your lights, your headlights, to let them know, hey, you got enough room to pull over, or get over and back into your lane. Or letting them know, hey, I'm going to slow down, you can get over. So that's the signal to get over. Now, to thank them for letting you over, on the Freightliner, right there on the steering wheel is an intermediate button. Right there. It's a steering wheel control right there. Boom, boom. Now, Kenworth does have that option on these trucks, but mine didn't come with that option. This one is a button on the end of my turn signal / wiper settings. I didn't even know it was there until I actually pushed it and was like, what is this? Because it wasn't labeled. The label was rubbed off. It's a used truck. And I found out that's my intermediate. The one I had on the Freightliner, I could just press right there. I was so trained to using that in my head for all that time I was with my trainer, because he let me drive. Okay, he let me drive. Wasn't no, I'm gonna let you drive a little bit. It's my truck. Then he wasn't one of them types. He wanted me to learn, so I drove his truck all the time. I got used to that. Learn your controls. Good to have that owner's manual handy. Make sure you know where all your spare keys are. Don't lose them. You might get jacked. Here recently, well, not so recently, but somebody got jacked for their truck, and the person that jacked it has been pulling loads. It's a $5,000 reward for him and everything, man. Dude went into I think he said he went to a store and came out. No, my bad. I got it all wrong. He was at a car wash. A truck wash. One of the ones where it's self-service. You spray your own shit. He went inside, but he had left the door unlocked with the key in the ignition. Came out of the store to walk back over to the truck washing station. Truck gone. Let me not laugh. That's not funny. On a serious note, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it's common sense. You do not leave your keys in the door, in the ignition. See, Kenworth got smart. They smart. I like how they did the Kenworth, because Freightliner doesn't have this option. Kenworth, they might on the newer models, but they made it to where I cannot lock my key in here. I cannot forget my key. Why can't I forget my key? Because I want to lock my door when I go in to take a shower, or I go in to get my receipt for gas, or I go in to grab a snack. I'm gonna lock my door. It's a habit, right? I can't push the lock button. The lock button does not work on the driver's side. I mean, it works. You can lock your doors if you're sitting inside of it. But if you hit the lock button after opening the door, they've created a system so smart to where once you open that door and you close it, and then you try to hit that lock button, it's not gonna lock unless it knows that key is not in ignition. If that key is not in ignition, it will not lock. So, and plus you gotta lock it. And the way they did that is so smooth. A way to ensure that it works is, think about it. You have to have your door open to hit the lock button, right? So as long as that driver's side door is open, this driver's side lock will not go down into this hole, because they go flush. I could show you, but again, I'm not. So I don't know policy is, the company policy and everything. If that lock is not, hidden in that hole, it's not locked. So what you got to do? At least on my Kenworth, because the little stubs that stick up, that you can manually push down. I just manually push that one down. It goes all the way into the door. That was smart too, to prevent theft. There's no way to unlock it if the lock is all the way down like that. But like I said, make sure you know where your keys are. Don't get jacked. Make sure you got plenty of clothes. Make sure you got detergent. Make sure you got hygiene products. Get you a bag set up. I'll show you that. This is my bag. Quick and easy. All my hygiene products are in there, right? All I gotta do after that, I just lock my doors again. There's a lock button in the sleeper too. That's so convenient, so smooth. I can be in a sleeper and be like, dang, I forgot to lock my door. Click, click. There's all kinds of little fresh stuff on here. It's got these red LED lights that shine on the floor. You can turn that button on. It's got a red LED that's above here that shines constantly while the engine's on. That way when it gets dark, you can see everything, your controls and everything. LED lights all around. But make sure you got the shower bag together. Hygiene products in it. Clothes organized. That way all you got to do when you come to take a shower, throw your stuff in the bag and go. You ain't got to dig through a whole bunch of stuff to get it. Or put it inside of a bag to get all that. Make sure you got bedding. Sleeping bag, it's okay while you're with your trainer, because you're not going to be on that truck forever. You know that. That's good for temporary purposes. But I went to Walmart and got me some bedding. I got some sheets. I got, a whole comforter set. It was like a 6-piece set. It came with the fitted. It came with the regular sheet. It came with a pillow sham, a pillow case, and of course the comforter. And then it came with a skirt, but there's no way to put a skirt on a sleeper bed in the truck. You can rig it up, but that's for guys that like their truck all pretty inside, which I guess the guy that had it before me did, because it's like LED strip lights and stuff up in here that's hooked up to stuff that is not supposed to be. I unplugged all of it because it's not supposed to be right. It's not supposed to be right there like that. I don't like it. I think it can mess with the functionality of the truck. Kenworth did a good job of building a trucker's truck. Like, this truck is very trucker friendly. There's a lot of amenities in here that make it very friendly. You got wrap around skirts for your windshield and side window, so you can fully enclose this thing and be like inside of a house. What else? Keep snacks. My suggestion. I like the cracked pepper flavor. Okay. Choose whatever flavor you want, but for whatever reason, my trainer was right. When you eat sunflower seeds going down the highway on a dark night and you don't see nothing but the stripes on the road and other cars passing you and headlights behind you, you start getting sleepy and hypnotized. This will keep you awake. I don't know why it does. It does. Keep you some fruit. Don't drink soda and caffeine. It's not good for you. Okay? That was another turn off from that guy they tried to pair me up with. He was like, yeah, I drink 4 Red Bulls a day. Like, dude, your heart is going to explode. You can't do that. That's not... I'm a young guy. No, it don't matter. You be 18, 19. You mess around and have a heart attack. You better, hey, ain't nothing wrong with having some coffee to wake up. But don't get addicted to having caffeine. At first, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I got scars on my face. I don't have no pimples currently. There's no like current pimples. It's a scarring. Because while I was training, when I was with my trainer, I was picking up 12 packs of Coca-Cola. And I would put it on the side of the passenger seat. And I would just, put a couple in his fridge when I wanted a cold one. And I'd go through a pack a day. 12 pack. And if I didn't have that, if I went through that and I still wanted some more, I'd get me a 20 ounce and kill that. Or 2 of them, because they got the 2-for-1 deal up in this mug. And they'll get you with that. These truck stops. Caffeine is not good for you. The best way for your body to naturally wake up and do what it's supposed to do, function efficiently, is not use it. Now, I will cheat and have some Arizona. Get these for two for $3.50. Every now and again, it's not an everyday thing, but for the most part, get you some water. I like this Nestle water because it's got minerals to make it taste a certain kind of way. Not bad minerals, but just, what else? Have a plan. Always have a plan. Always make sure you know what you're doing with your hours of service. Know how many hours you got left. And know how much of them you're going to use to get to your next destination or your next stop. Plan out your restroom breaks. Plan out your stops. Plan out your breaks. Plan out your 10-hour resets, your 34-hour resets. Plan all that out, because if you don't, and I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm just old experienced because a week and a half. I mean, you got to think, I already been out here 5 weeks with my trainer, and he didn't treat me like no student. He treated me like a teammate. We were teammates. We were driving our butts off. I did backing on my own. I was picking up loads on my own. He would be dead ass asleep. I'll pick up a load, take it down the road, come to a truck stop, and then he would finally wake up like, we already did it. It's up to you how far you want to go with your training. If you're a student driver. If you're going to work for somebody, owner-operator that has his own little thing going, cool, whatever. But I suggest you go to a company. I suggest you go to school. Yeah, it's expensive, but if you don't know nothing about trucking, take your butt to school. I'm sorry. If you don't have nobody with an inside track, like my pops is thinking about getting his CDL. He has an inside track. His little cousin drives. He's been driving for 10 years. My cousin Marcus. And his son drives. He has an inside track. But if you ain't got no inside track, man, go to school. It's too much to learn. It's too much to know that a book won't teach you. I'm going to keep that real with you. I'm going to keep that all the way 100 with you. Now, if you're just blessed with the God-given talent to just know what you're doing out of nowhere, then, hey, bless you. But I highly doubt it. It's more to trucking than what you think. These are very big vehicles, and you got to know what the hell you're doing. Another thing I want to put on here before I sign out on this, I might split this up into 2 parts. I might not be able to. But anyway, If you train in a certain truck, don't get used to that truck. Because I train in a Freightliner. This is a KW. Turning radius is totally different. Freightliner, you can turn all the way. Just like that. 2 times each way. And then, you go 2 times one way, all you gotta do is go 1 time the other way, and it's back center, right? Freightliner, right? KW, it's like this. And then you turn halfway back to get it straight. It's half the turn of a Freightliner. It turns the same amount. The wheels still go. Hey, the wheels still move the truck the way it's supposed to move. But for whatever reason, they set this. It's like a sports car turning. It's not a lot to it. Freightliner, you had to get in there. With this thing, I turn it 1 time, and it's got a hell of a pitch in it that I don't need to get my trailer where I want it to go. And it's taking some fine tuning, but I'm getting better and better at it. I'm getting more smooth and more smooth. Last night, I backed to a spot like nobody's business. But the first day I had it, I ain't gonna front with y'all. Bruh. I literally... Let me see if I can turn these cab lights on. Okay, there they go. Man, it took me 30 minutes. Because I was getting acclimated. I took the truck, like I said, I got my first load and I took off. I got there, I'm like, yeah, drop my empty off, let's do this. I went to go back my empty into a spot that they told me to back it into. It took me 30 damn minutes, man, because I had to get used to the turn radius of this Kenworth. Because the Freightliner, I try to do like a Freightliner. I pulled up to do a 45, got to turning. I'm like, man, what the heck? Took me 30 minutes because I finally figured out, oh, I only need half that turn. Man. And I talked to my trainer about it too. He finally told me the next day. He was like, yeah, man, they turn totally different. It's a whole different beast. But anyway, that's all I got to say on this one. Take whatever information you want out of this. The good, bad, and ugly. If you want to come to US Xpress, let me know. Holla at your boy. So I can get that referral going. And possibly hook you up with my trainer. Eventually, I'm going to be a trainer. Just let me know. US Xpress is not a bad company to work for because you get a lot of reviews out there. Trucking is trucking. And I finally figured that out. Okay, trucking is trucking, man. Every company's going to have its bad moments. Where you get stranded. Where you don't get enough miles. Where you're not informed enough on a load. I just had a load not too long ago. I could have been all kinds of upset about it. But I wasn't. I played it smooth. It was difficult, the customer we had, because the customer wanted me to load him up in a resort parking lot. The truck barely fit in there. I got it in there though. I got it in there. Got it out. And then when it was time to meet up with him, that was difficult. But neither here nor there. Be patient. Keep a smile on your face. Stay safe. Keep it between the lines. Get out and look, okay, at what you're doing. Don't just do it and think you know what you're doing and then hit something. Learn every day, okay? Truckers learn every day. I don't give a damn if they got 20 years. You see different stuff all the time. Go for it. You want to do it. And there is a period where you're going to be broke. I'm going to keep that honest with you. You're not going to be big balling just because you got a CDL and you got a trucking job. It's going to take some time. Be patient. Until then, this has been the Trucking Block. I am the Trucking Block, Ron Block. Peace out.